Three candidates for Montana's 2nd Congressional District squared off in an MTM debate on October 1st in Great Falls. Democratic candidate and former Billings City Council member Penny Ronning criticized independent candidate and Billings businessman Gary Buchanan over his economic background, saying he was putting policy in place during the early 80s when inflation reached more than 14%.
Which is what we're living out now, is that trickle-down economics, which has proven to have failed our state, proven to have failed our economy of the country.
Ronning said she supported student loan forgiveness, describing how with every decade, tuition became harder and harder to afford. And when Buchanan answered that he opposed student loan forgiveness and went on to describe how he worked to, quote, save banks, unquote, in the 1980s, Ronning again criticized his answer.
Save banks. How about we save people? How about we actually work to allow people, especially young people, to develop equity, to come out from underneath the burden because they went and got an education.
Ronning said she supported abortion rights, legalization of marijuana on the federal level, and more antitrust investigators in the U.S. Department of Agriculture. She said she also supported giving Medicare the power to negotiate drug prices. When given the opportunity to address the topic of missing and murdered Indigenous people, Ronning highlighted her work to combat human trafficking in Montana and across the country.
One of the most dangerous places for children to be right now is on the internet when they're unsupervised. Attacking the ways that predators reach out to children needs to be a priority in our government right now.
In her closing statement, Ronning stressed her own connections to Montana and said that she grew up in Billings, where her father ran a diner and her mother was a federal employee. Ronning said people should look to Montanans.
When we look to Montanans, we look to the working class in many ways. My encouragement to Montanans is to stop electing millionaires. They don't live like the rest of us live.
Stay with MTN News for coverage of these contests ahead of Election Day, November 8th. In Helena, Ashley Nurbovig, MTN News.